Hey there, it's time for another Tutorial Tuesday on a Wednesday! And I wanted to talk about some of the music theory stuff I did in my latest single, Leviathan's Fishhook. So I did three things that I think will be of interest. One, used suspended chords to make a suspended melody. Two, I needed more material, so I went in the opposite direction of what I had done before. And three, at the end, I restated the initial melody, but starting on a different note. I transposed it. This piece really started from the arpeggio that's played by the synthesizer, which kind of outlines a C sus2 chord. And I needed a melody to go with this, so making a melody that also kind of avoided the third, major and minor third, is really effective. And we don't really hear the minor third in this D minor melody until the end of the phrase. And then I wrote the next melody section by just flipping the direction of the melody from the first section. I knew I needed another part, I knew I needed it to sound different, so I just said, hey, what if the melody goes up instead of going down? As I did this, a G sharp emerged at the end of the phrase. It wasn't really intentional, but it kind of worked. It also takes us away from a sort of sus chord sound to a Lydian sound, which is pretty different from sus. And it worked as a happy accident, so then I built the arpeggio underneath around that. And the last technique is that at the end of the piece, we hear the theme that we heard at the beginning of the piece, but starting on a new note. So the melody is basically transposed, even though we're still in the same key. And I got this from studying classical music, and the format for classical music is kind of theme, a bunch of stuff happens, theme again at the end, slightly different. And I like to throw that into my music because I'm really into the idea of how to make something the same but different. How to repeat what we know already, but to sort of tweak it a little bit so it's not exactly identical, but it's sort of evocative of what we've already heard. So that's it. Thanks for geeking out with me. If you haven't listened to this yet, it's available on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, YouTube, everywhere. And next week I'll be talking about some of the production techniques I use for this track. Hope you like it. See you next time.